Hi there, beautiful Thrivers. Welcome back to another video with Thriving in Chaos. Today is Wednesday, so for me that means WTF Wednesday, weekly tracking of finances. So thank you guys for being here. Click that subscribe button, like the video, and let's go. Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. Before we get started with this video, let me go ahead and grab today's prompt card. If you're new to my videos, this is a prompt card. It's basically a conversation starter, so I'll ask and answer the question on the card in this video, and you guys can put your answers in the comments below. It's just a little something to help us get to know each other better. So today's prompt card is, what is one thing that always makes you laugh? Can I only name one? Like, literally every person in my family makes me laugh every single day on a daily basis. So I'm going to say my family as a one, as a unit. What about you guys? What is one thing that always makes you laugh? Let's have a little laughter today. It's WTF Wednesday time. Looking forward to this, guys. We didn't spend too much. I think we were in shell shock, honestly, from the last month. I don't know. I do need to cut these. I forgot to cut these, so we can do that together. But before I do that, let me just go ahead and explain this for any new watchers. Basically, I use the cash envelope system, but we also do digital purchasing in the form of our bank account and a credit card. And then of course we have our bills that are all on auto pay. So we need to track those expenses and pay that back. And this method works really well when you have an account buffer in your account that doesn't really belong anywhere, so that it can just be used for digital purchasing and then paying it back each week. So it's like petty cash. And that's how I'm making the cash envelope system work in this digital age that we are in. But I do also make cash transactions as well, so we'll be tracking those also. So now that I've explained that for any new watchers, let me go ahead and cut these really quick. And just like that, we're done. So I just like to cut these strips because I don't need a checkbox, list or anything. So I cut these into little squares so I can have them as checkboxes for my purchases. And then I also use no spend stickers on the days that we do not spend anything or in any digital way. With that said, I'm gonna use my purple pen. I do have this, let's see, light blue, which might look okay, but I don't know if it's dark enough. And also, somebody has taken now my blue pen, like the dark blue pen, and my black. Coincidence that those are the most common two colors of pens, and they have been taken. They are no longer on my desk, and I have not seen them. So your girl is a little not happy. I have scoured the place. I am looking for them. I cannot find them. Somebody took them, and I'm not happy about it because these are mama's pens. You don't mess with mama's pens. So we're just going to have to use purple. There is some purple in here, so it's not a complete clash, but, I really wanted to use the dark blue. So it is what it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and go through the purchases. I'm going to start with our bank account, what we spent using our debit card. And the first one on the list is on the 29th, which was my birthday, and it was a gaming purchase for $3. I also do a roundup challenge for myself so that I can just, steadily build my account buffer using change. So it doesn't matter what the change is. It could be 01, 02, or 85, or whatever. We're rounding up to the next dollar, and that is a way that I'm contributing to the account buffer without actually doing anything. So it was $2.99, so we put a cent towards our account buffer this time. It's fine, you know, not all weeks are going to be awesome that way. So let's keep moving on. On the first, I did pay those medical bills. I'm just going to lump sum it here. There were 3 bills in total for a total of $400 rounded up. It was $399.40 because I paid 1 medical bill off. So now we only have 2 medical bills. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I started with like 7 or 8. So we are moving along. We only have 2 left. I'm very happy about it. But it was $400, $399.40 in total. So that leaves 60 cents that we're adding to our account buffer. Then on the second, we had 2 purchases. One was for Subway, which we got Subway. This is going to be coming from, I'm going to write grocery, but I actually did move it to dining out. It was 106 rounded up, and it was 105.95, so 5 cents for our Save the Change challenge. And then in addition to that, on the second, I went to Bath and Body Works because I was out and about already shopping for my daughter, which you'll see in the cash expenses. But we went to Bath and Body Works and we got some nice smell good stuff. So this is actually going to be coming from like 3 different envelopes. I'm going to do it from Wifey, from my Mother's Day. We're going to do it from Gift. And we're going to do it from grocery. So it's just going to be a combination of such to reach the amount that we are pulling, which is 91. And it was total 90.68. So we're putting 32 cents in our Save the Change. And that'll do it for our account spending. So this is only debit card swiping. We didn't do very much. This actually came from the billing account, so I'm not going to count this towards any like spending. It's going to go towards bills because this is the bill. It's just not auto pay. I have to do it manually. Now I'm going to move over to our credit card spending, and this time I guess I will use the light blue just to keep it color coded. But starting with 26th, we're going to say this is for credit card spending. This is only for gas. My husband has a credit card and he uses it just for gas purchases, and then we pay it back every single month. So $24.58 was the total. We're going to round that up to 25. So 25 minus 24.58, and that is 42 cents, adding to the Save the Change challenge. On the 27th, we have another one, credit card gas, and that was 45 even. No Save the Change on that one. On the 28th, as you can see, my husband does travel quite a bit. Some weeks are more than others. This particular week seemed to be a lot, and he did get home late several nights, so it makes sense, but $45 for that one as well. And then the last one was on the first, credit card gas, and that was for 52, and there was change associated with that. So 52 minus 51, 84, and that is a total of 16 cents we're adding to our Save the Change. So that is it for credit card. That's all the credit card expenses that we had. So I wish I had done this. I didn't. I totally forgot. But we have account buffer. This is when we don't have enough money in our envelopes to pay for it, so we have to take it from that account buffer that doesn't belong anywhere. This is what I try to reach. I'm not going to be pulling anything from that, so I can already make that a 0. But sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes we do have to use that. I try not to, because that is the only way I'm able to make these types of purchases without having to go deposit first. And then we will have our bank spending. That is just from our debit card. We will have our credit card spending. Then we also this time have med bills, which I'm going to keep separate. And then we were going to also track our cash spending. And then to wrap that all up, we're going to also track our Save the Change. So now that we've got the numbers inputted here, we can go ahead and figure out some balance numbers, mainly because all of this comes from the same envelope. So I'm going to calculate that up and see how much we've spent in gas in the past week, which is way too much. Going to have to talk to the hubby about that. Not that there's anything we could do, but you can tell when he takes the truck versus when he takes the car. And I get sometimes he needs to take the truck because some of his supplies that he carries is actually rather large, but I don't think that he has to take the rather large all the time. So on those days, he should take the car. I don't know. We're going to have to figure something out, but this is too much. That's almost $300. That's over $300 every 2 weeks. $600, probably $700 to $800 a month in gas. That's just astronomical. We're just gonna have to figure something out. So for bank spending, we spent $3, $400 for, well, I'm not gonna count that. $3, $106, and $91. That's a total of $200 in our bank spending and $400 in our medical. And we'll do the cash spending after we're done here as we're pulling out stuff. For the Save the Change challenge, we saved 42 cents, 1 cent, 60 cent, 16 cent, 05, and 32 cents. And that's a total of $1.51 we're adding this week to our account buffer. So that's always nice. So let me go ahead and put my little squares on here. I want to be a little extra. And then we are going to get this set up and we'll start pulling some cash. But before I do that, I always forget this part until it's too late. But we had one day where there was a no spend. So let's go ahead and put that there. All right, so starting with my revolving as usual because we spend out of this more than anything else usually. But starting with grocery, as I said, the 106 we spent at eating out. So what I like to do is when we do have to swipe for an eating out or if we're ordering like DoorDash or something, I go ahead and take that money right out of my grocery and I put it into my dining out. You guys usually don't see this because you don't see it. I usually put it right back into my grocery, but I'm like, why am I doing that? I can show you guys how I'm using this envelope because for you guys, it always looks empty, but I actually do use it. So if we ever eat out, we ever have a situation where we are swiping for eating out, then I just take that money right out of my grocery and I put it right into my dining out and it sits there so that I never get tempted or think that we have more in our grocery than we do because I haven't done a WTF Wednesday yet. So that's what I do, but I did go ahead and put the 106 aside in my dining out. So we have covered that. Let's see. Next up in this is, I know we do have this grocery here. I don't know I want to deal with that right now. Let's go ahead and do gas. So I know that we spent $167 in here. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, and 70. So I'm going to need to make some change. I'm thinking that's $3. I know I only have this 5 and that 1. So I'm going to use this 10 and make some change. And this is where my savings challenges comes in because I have this whole thing back here that never gets condensed by me myself until something like this situation comes along. So I'll take a 5 right here, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to get some of these uglier ones just because this is, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's a way for me to condense this. So since I just pulled 10 and some change, I can just stick this right in here and it's condensed just a little bit more. All right, so now we can take the 1, 2, and 3. I think that's what we needed. I think we needed that. 3 as in change. I think that's what it was. So it was 5, 6, 7. All right, let's make sure we have 167 here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 5, 6, and 7. Perfect. So that covers that. That doesn't leave a lot for gas, and I don't know what he's going to do. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 2, and 3. If we have to, we'll have to pull from some other envelopes to cover any costs, but hopefully we can get that under control. So that takes care of all of these gas purchases. Yay. The only other one in here, is, like I said, is this grocery, which I think I had decided I'm going to take 10 from that. So let's just go ahead and tackle that one. Or maybe 11 since it's 91. So $11 from that minus 11. And then I'm going to take the other from Gift and Wifey, which is in my short term. And that's good because we're done with this one anyway. Alright, that's not in my short term. I just realized I misspoke. But this is in my short term. We're going to take the gift because I did go to Bath & Body Works and I went ahead and got some things for myself, but also for Mother's Day for my mom and my mother-in-law. So that's why I'm taking it out of gifts. That's 30, so 41 so far that we have. We're taking another 30 off. So that leaves 50, which is where my wifey envelope comes in for Mother's Day, because I also bought myself stuff too. I know it's not Mother's Day yet, but it's really close, and we were out and about, so I did the things. And I love some Bath & Body Works stuff. So 50, 70, 80, 90, $1 right there. We're good with that. Looks like the last thing up is gaming, which I should have done while I was in short term, so let me go back to there. And for gaming, we spent 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. These are such good ones. And that takes care of gaming. Last up is our med bills, which I'm so happy that we paid another one off, like so happy. But we did save up $400 this month or past month for these med bills, so this should still be 100. 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 94. So 400 there. Done. So now we're emptying that until we build that back up. I think that's all we needed from here. Never mind. We did need to look in the back here. We had this one. I know this is rare, but we also had this one, and I'll explain that in a minute. We also had this one, my birthday. We had short term. And revolving. In case you don't know and you're new here, this is how we track our cash expenses. So anytime we take cash out of an envelope and go spend it, we write that down here, what envelope we took it from and how much it was. Sometimes the date, that's not really important to me, but this helps me track how much we're spending in cash. And as you can see, each binder has its own labeled at the top here, and that just helps us know and track. So let's start with reserves. We have $60 in reserves that we spent this past week. So we're just going to call this week 1 of May. So 60. 60. For this, we have $1,240. Week 1. And just to let you know, since I'm here, we took this from retirement to invest somewhere else. Then we have this one. I'm going to have to calculate this up later, but we have 95, 40, and 50. That's $185 we spent in week 1. Then we have $85 here from clothing. My daughter got her very first job, guys. Very first job. She starts actually today. I have to take her to her training today. I'm so excited for her. She's very, very nervous. But we went yesterday and we went to town looking for clothes for her uniform dress that they require, new shoes for her, just some essential things that she needed to start this job. And then we also, ran by Bath and Body Works. I have no regrets. All right, so then for revolving, we spent $7, $189, $75, and $213 in cash, which means $484. Week 1, got some groceries. So that is a total of, let's do this in order: reserves, savings, holiday, short-term, and revolving. All right, revolving, we spent $484, $85, $185, $1240, and $60. But I don't know that I'm going to count the $1240. In fact, I know I'm not, because we just invested that. We didn't spend it. So what we decided, because the retirement is just a slow grow, it's not really building very much over time, we decided to take that money out and invest it into something else. So that's what we've done. I'm not going to get rid of the envelope. I am going to still put money in there and let it build up to a certain degree, but maybe like every time it hits 1,000, we take it out and we go and invest it into something. So it's just not sitting there, So that's what we decided to do. That's why you will see our retirement envelope empty in the future, because of the fact that we decided to be a little bit smarter and let that money work for us. So with that being said, cash spending, we spent a total of $814. I will put invest here and then put the $1240 that we spent there. But I just don't want that added into cash spending because we didn't actually just go and spend that. So let me put these back. Where do they go? But this process just makes it real easy to help us calculate and see what we're spending our money on, which in my opinion is very important. You need to know, you need to see where your money is going so you can make adjustments as needed, because you never know. You might be overspending in a place, in a subject. I don't know how to, a category. You might be spending in a category way too much, and you just need to curb yourself. So this helps you see those areas, your weaknesses, but at the same time, you only live one life, so you should be able to live it to the fullest, just smartly. All right, so we have a lot of cash here, lots of cash. And I will end up separating out, let's see, what will I be separating out? I can't do two things at once, apparently. I'll be separating out these, look at me, I really honestly can't. I just can't. Let me just finish what I'm doing here. Okay. I will be separating out the credit card spending, the $167, from the bank spending, and also the medical bills. So the credit card spending I'm separating out just so I can keep it separate and let it build over the month, so that I don't put it in there and mistake it for any money, and then I'll deposit it at the end of the month to pay that credit card completely off. Med bills is going to have to go into my billing account, so that will also need to be separated, but I can do that later, I guess. And then the $200 in bank spending, that goes into a different account or spending account. So obviously we have different accounts that I'm moving money between, but I will take the $167, $65, 6 and 7. Okay, 167 there. That's definitely accounted for. And I always like to put a little sticky on here just to help me keep a tally. So week 1 of May was 167. So we keep that separate completely. And then I know 400 is going to med bills, so 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84. And I'm just going to sticky note it for myself just because it'll help me remember when I'm going to the bank, you know. Med billing 400. Okay. So this should be, if we did our math correctly, it should be $200. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, $200. So we're right on track. As far as what we did our spending wise, I am going to say it's the 200 plus the 167. I don't count this any kind of spending, but we will add the cash spending to that, but not the investing. I hope that makes sense. So the only ones I'm counting towards the total that we actually spent are these three: 200 for bank spending, 167 for credit card spending, and 814 for cash spending, for a total of $1,181. And then investing $1,240, and then paying off a bill for $400. And now that I have all of these separated, I'm going to have to put them back together so that I can get my thumbnail for you guys, and then we will put this where it belongs and move on to our bills. All right, so now this goes into my back to the bank, which I think I have like a whole dollar here that needs to go to my spending. So that's going to go there. Medical bills here. I probably should. It would just be smart, right? This goes to my billing account for $400. This I'm just going to keep in my back to the bank envelope until it's time. So this is spending, this is billing, and then this is going to stay in here until we have a full month's worth to pay off that credit card. So putting all that in the back to the bank, I'll deposit these two. This will stay. All right, so the next thing I like to do is transfer these numbers into this book because this is my main budget book. This is just my WTF Wednesday. So I like to keep all these numbers in the main budget book in the month it's supposed to be in, so that I don't have to keep flipping back between both books. But let me do some writing first, and then we'll get that going. Okay, so for bank spending, we spent $200. For credit card spending, we spent $167, and for cash spending, we spent $814. I'm not going to include the med bills because now I'm going to just start including that back into here for med bills. And then I'm not also going to include what we invested because we still own that money, but it just is being invested in something else. So $200, 167, 814. That is our starting balances for the new month. Leave it to me to mess that up. We're going to fix that. Okay. So that's our starting balances. As the month goes on, this balance increases, and at the end of the month, we'll have our final balances, and we'll see how much we spent in various ways. So that is it for this part of the video. Next up, we're doing the tracking our bills, which is starting back here. We do have to close out the month of April because some of those bills had not come out by this past Wednesday. So let's finish up the month of April. We started with electricity. That was $148.29. So paid that. Sirius did come out, but Sirius decided that it wanted to go up incredibly $19 without my permission. I don't like that. So we're going to cancel Sirius. We tried to cancel them before because this is how much it was. And then they enticed us to stay for like $10 a month. And we're like, okay, because my hubby does travel a lot and he can listen to podcasts or whatever. So we kept it. But now look, that's not okay. So we're going to cancel it. Maybe they'll offer us the $10 again. I don't know. Either way, this is not happening. I can't afford more increases. I just can't. Our house payment just went up another $100 and something. I can't afford that. So I got to figure that out. Verizon came out for $277.86. And then the truck payment did also come out for $887.21. So that's good. I will start adding med bills in here. There's only one line left. I'll start adding it for May here because I was putting that in my spending, but it's not spending, it's paying bills. So, all right, let's see. Anything else that came out? We had Sirius, Electricity, Verizon. Studio came out for $449. Stream came out for $75.20. That's our gas bill. And that's it. So that's all this came out for the month of May so far. I don't know why our house bill hasn't come out yet, but I guess it will very, very soon, which is fine. All right, so I'm going to move back to April, even though I know it's May, but I want to check these off. We did pay our medical bills. I don't have my black. Okay, sorry. We did pay medical bills for $400 last month, or this past, I mean, obviously $400 is what I paid. And then we did pay electricity, which was $148.29. Car loan definitely came out for $887.21. Sirius came out for $29.12. We're gonna get you. Verizon came out for $277.86. All right, so that definitely wrapped up the month of May. So, I mean, April. So now we're moving to the month of May. I don't like this. I'm going to have to use purple. Okay. Mortgage didn't come out. Netflix hasn't come out, but it's, you know, it's the 3rd. So, obviously, some of these changed their due dates for whatever reason. I don't know. But we did have Studio come out for $4.49. And we did have Stream come out, our gas, for $75.20. A whole week early. So that's the only bills that came out for the month of May. All right. So that's it. We're pretty much done. We have tracked our bills. We've tracked everything that we needed to. The only thing I didn't finish out tracking was the videos. So last Friday I did post a cash stuffing, and then on Monday I did do our cash condense and sinking funds update, and then today our WTF Wednesday. So we are right on track, at least with YouTube. So I appreciate you guys being here. I hope that this inspired you and it didn't confuse you or anything. I try to make that as clear as possible what I'm doing. I understand it in my head, but it doesn't mean I'm necessarily expressing that well enough that you might. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be glad to answer them, but we are pretty much done with this video. So I appreciate you guys being here. If you're still watching and you're not subscribed, can you do me a favor and just hit that subscribe button? I'd love to be your weekly inspiration for your own budgeting journey. We all have one, whether you do it or not. So let me inspire you just to be more intentional with your expenses. With that said, I'll see you guys on Friday. I think that we're going to do a DIY maybe. Let's see. Yes, I have scheduled a DIY. I've been working really hard on my daughter's brand new binder. She is 16 years old and I'm getting her started. If you've missed any of those or if you're new, I just finished out my oldest daughter's Attack on Titan binder, and we drew out every single envelope by hand. You can see me draw them all out, and as we prepared her for her future with the cash envelope system. And now I'm doing my 16-year-old daughter, and she has chosen the Chainsaw Man as her theme, and she's chosen to do all of her envelopes for her cash stuffings in the form of the Chainsaw Man manga. So every single one of these that you see will be something that looks like something that came from the manga. And yes, I drew these by hand. So if you are interested, that will be a new one will be dropping on Friday. I hope you guys join me then. I'm looking forward to it. We got to get another envelope done for her. So, with that said, I'll see you guys on Friday. And as always, until next time, bye.